We're going to give you just that many more things to do because we all need elements added to our things to do list. Steve Barkhouse from Amsted Construction is here actually with a laminated list to make your life easier. This list is on your website.
It is so.
And you say print it, laminate it.
Use your marker to check it off and then clean it off and use it again next year.
One of the elements on the list, caulking. And you wanted to show off this handy dandy caulking gun because?
Well, it's lightweight, it's easy to use. A lot of people worry about caulking, it's hard on the hand. I mean, this one's really ergonomic and yeah, it's a cool little caulking gun.
And you also wanted to remind everyone that caulking comes in different colors.
Yeah, all different colors. So you can get the color that you need. You want to check your windows on the outside, your doors on the outside, check that caulking, touch it up if you need to. If it's a big job, then you can hire someone. The home is the biggest investment we make, right? So it's like everything. If you maintain it a little bit at a time, it'll last forever.
And who knew that caulking only lasts, you say, about 3 years?
2-3 years, depends on the brand you use, up to 5 years at the most. So you really have to look at it. In our weather, we get the heat, the sun, the cold, it's hard on caulking.
So avoid having the moisture get into your home and keep the heat in and...
Yeah, do yourself again. Look, if you haven't got insulation in the basement, put it in. It's an easy project for doing it yourself. You get the insulation, you get the walls up, then you're probably going to want to finish the basement. But yeah, you lose a ton of heat out of the basement. It just makes the house more comfortable too.
Well, there are a lot of elements on the list. We're not going to go through all of them, but there are a few that involve getting up on a ladder, checking your eaves troughing, and checking your chimney for nests. That's why you wanted to bring along this ladder. Right,
so you know, if you're getting up on a bungalow, it's not too bad, but on a two-story, this guy goes up to 22 feet. It's a good sturdy ladder. There are a lot of utility ladders in the stores. Home Depot has a really good sturdy one that I recommend, especially if you're getting up onto that second story or checking windows. It expands, it has little brackets. Yeah, it's a good little ladder. I've had mine for about 10 years and I love it.
This is Steve Barkhouse's way of telling us all to play safe. Let's go back down to the basement likely and check your furnace filter. Why did you bring along these ones?
Well, I guess mostly to remind that it's the season to check. We want to change that filter every season on the checklist, but here's a nice electromagnetic filter that's going to take most of the particulates in the air, make you have an indoor air quality that's improved. It's inexpensive, it's easy to slide in and out. You don't have to wire it up or anything like that. It works great.
So there are really cheap ones or inexpensive ones that do not have the electromagnetic feature. Are you suggesting just paying a little bit extra to get that?
It's not much extra.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So leaf blower sort of speaks for itself.
Yeah, except you can get an attachment that turns it around and cleans out the eaves trough. So if you get up, you don't have to get right up on the roof. You can just turn that around and blow out the eaves trough, which is a great thing, and it's on the checklist.
And to stay safe, you may need a smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector. These are for the techies out there.
Sure, Nest comes up with some really cool devices. So we got a thermostat on top, and then the smoke detector, carbon monoxide in one detector. They look kind of cool. So on your home, they don't stand out as this gaudy looking piece of safety equipment. And you can run them by your phone. It'll notify you. It checks itself, I think, 400 times a day to make sure it's working. Good for up to 10 years. So zero maintenance and a little techy, kind of fun.
We're talking about safety. Lighting is key to safety.
Yep.
And so Steve is suggesting that perhaps you change your outdoor lights to something like this.
Well, it's a LED light, and just if you've got burnout bulbs or anything like that, the LEDs last forever, and they really provide a really great light inexpensively, so cost-effective use of energy. These guys just screw right onto the outlet that you have. I don't know how many times I've seen a house that has an outlet that doesn't work because the bulbs continually burn out because outside with the weather they blow more easily. So these guys are a great solution there. Time's going to change soon. I forget what date, but it changes soon, and it's getting dark earlier. Lighting is important, especially if you have the kids coming home.
We are out of time, but I did say to Steve, a lot of people are a little bit nervous about working around electricity. You said there's a special...
Yeah, it doesn't look much different than...
breaker, but then double check with...
Just touch it, you get it at Home Depot, you touch it to the wire, it'll light up if there's power, it won't if there's not, and away you go.
It's a much better way to go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, the checklist is on Steve's website for those of you who are wanting to have a look at it. Thanks.